Welcome, everyone. We've got a lioness stalking something. We're not sure what it is, right on the edge of the Mara River. She is a member of the Paradise Pride. Remember, this is coming to you 100% live from the Maasai Mara in Kenya. Okay, we need to move a little bit to see if we can see what she's after. My name's Brent, Manu's on camera, and as I said, we're 100% live in Kenya with the Paradise Pride hunting. We don't know what she's hunting, but she's getting into that stalk, very slowly move. Now, there's a lot of big crocodiles here. Maybe the crocodiles have caught something and she heard that and she wants to try steal it from them. Can you see her, Manu? Oh, there she is. She's just behind that little thicket, but she's gone into that sort of very still movement that they do when they get very close to something. Now, these lions will fight with the crocodiles if the crocodiles have prey close to the bank. There we go. See how slowly she's moving. She's waiting, she's watching. We can't see what she's watching. There's a topi across the other bank, but I don't think that's what she's after. Unless the topi are about to cross the river. And this is the Paradise Pride's game plan, basically. As soon as an animal swims across the Mara River, escapes the jaws of death of the Nile crocodile, and are fatigued, the Paradise Pride pounce to take advantage of the fact that the animals are fatigued. Romit would like to know if they're wildebeest around. No, they're not, Romit. There's only zebra and topi that I can see, and Thompson's gazelle at the moment. The main body, or the main migration, the 1.5 million wildebeest that are not part of the loiter herd, which is resident in Kenya, have already headed south into the Serengeti National Park. What has she seen? It's quite exciting because we don't know what she spotted, what's down there. I'm just trying to have a look behind to see if there's any more members of the Paradise Pride around. But I can't see any. And I can't hear any thrashing in the water that a crocodile's feeding. She's definitely watching something intently down in the river. Fortunately, we can't get much closer to the river at the moment to have a look what's down there. Now, as I said, the crocodiles could have caught something, but if there's lots of big crocodiles, a single lioness won't risk fighting with them. Unless there's a moment of opportunity she might spot that she can sneak down and steal whatever they have. I have seen the Paradise Pride lionesses fight with crocodiles over a buffalo kill before. Okay, I'm just going to go forward a little bit. I saw some crocodiles heading downstream. Now, you might see some other vehicles around us. I'm just going to try to see if we can see what's below, what she's so intently staring at. Let's try from a... Okay, we can see there's a massive crocodile there. Can you see it, Manu? But it doesn't look like they're feeding on anything, so I'm not sure what's attracted the lion's attention. Now, Joshua is wondering, is this normal hunting time for lions? Yes and no, Joshua. Normally lions prefer to hunt in the cooler hours. However, the Paradise Pride have this very specific tactic that they wait around these river crossings, and these river crossings happen throughout the day. Oh, there's a topi running straight towards her. Just hang on, I'm going to get us into a better position. Now, remember, this is 100% live from Kenya. So maybe the topi on the other side crossed and she missed her opportunity. Now this topi is separated from its herd and now heading down towards where the lioness is waiting in ambush. Now if the topi comes a little bit closer to us, it's almost going to walk into that lioness. Excuse me. This is very, very exciting. That Topi obviously has no idea the lioness is there. But it looks like it might have chosen the right route to avoid her. Now remember, there are other members of this pride that we might not have seen that could be hidden in different spots in the... excuse me. Coco is wondering, will the Topi retaliate against the lion? Not normally, Coco. Topi, Coco mixed together. The Topi is its main form of defense is the fact that it's the fastest antelope in Africa, the whole hartebeest species. Okay, we're going to move again, Manu. Now, I can't see the lioness. I don't know if she's changed her position in the bushes, if she's even noticed that the Topi has come in behind her. I'm just having a quick look. Can you see the lioness, Manu? Not yet, no. She's still oblivious that there's a Topi right next to her. The Topi looks like it's going to try cross the river. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get into a different spot. The lioness is still oblivious. Now, I'm going to try and get to a spot where we can see where the Topi is going to attempt to cross the river. The lion still is unaware that the Topi is there. I'm trying to look for different members of the Paradise Pride. We can't see them. Now, obviously, part of that Topi's family has already crossed the river, and it is now trying to get to the rest of the family. Now, crossing by yourself is a dangerous thing because of the amount of crocodiles, particularly in these areas. And if that lioness only looked behind her, she would realize that there was an easy meal right there. Now, what happens sometimes is that the Topi might start swimming and then change its mind and come back if it sees a crocodile. So we don't know what's going to happen just yet. And remember, this is 100% live from Kenya. I can still see the lioness. She's still... Oh, no, there's the Topi is running back. I think it saw a crocodile. It hasn't seen the lion. It is still oblivious to the lion. Now, as we were following that lioness coming this way, it is a young Topi, probably 2 years old or so. There are other lions to the right of the Topi, so this Topi has put itself in a pretty precarious spot. Crocodiles straight in front, a lioness to the left, and another lion in that area where this Topi is heading towards now. If it keeps going in that straight direction, there is some other members of the Paradise Pride. Rochelle is wondering, how big is the lioness's pride? Rochelle, the Paradise Pride is one of the biggest prides in the Mara, but they quite often split from each other. They operate on both sides of the Mara River, and I've seen at least 8 adult lionesses, and at a stage they had about 14 cubs. Now, I haven't seen them for quite a while. I have been on leave and I have been focusing on other areas recently, so I'm not 100% sure how many of those cubs have survived. Is that lioness moving yet? No, she's not. She's still in the same spot. Now, as I said, oh, I think there's lions on the other side of the river as well. I can hear a little black-backed jackal alarming. So I think there's lions on the opposite bank as well. So, as I said, the Paradise Pride operates on both sides of the river. Can you hear that, Manu? You can just pick up that black-backed jackal's alarm call. And now the other Topi is staring down into the bushes, the Topi on the opposite bank. So I think it might have spotted other members of the pride on the other side of the river. And it's was looking directly towards where that jackal was alarming. Now, this Topi is in a very bad spot. If one of the other lionesses... Oh, see that the other Topi has run. How close is the car behind us, Manu? The other Topi has run back away from where the other lions are, and that's bringing this topee right towards where our lioness, the original lioness, is hiding. So you've got the topee there, and just probably less than 50 meters away is the lioness on the edge of those croton thickets. And if the topee keeps heading in that direction, there's a good chance she might have an attempt at catching it. Jay Nulla is wondering, how was this topee separated from the others? And well, what I think has happened is they crossed the Mara River, and there's possibility that some of them got attacked by crocodiles, and this one decided to come back to the bank they were coming from, or vice versa, and is now trying to join up with the rest of the herd. Okay, this topee is now heading straight towards the lioness. She is still not realized it's there. She's still facing the opposite direction. This is very, very exciting. Now, as you can see, the topee's getting closer and closer towards the lioness, and especially if it heads closer to the river, the lioness is going to have a chance. So the topee hasn't seen the lioness. That lioness is in the bush almost directly behind the topee. She still hasn't noticed the topee, and the topee hasn't noticed her. Oh, topee, you're heading towards the wrong spot. Now, it looks like the topee's looking to the bush where the lioness is, but I actually think it's watching the other topee on the other side of the river. It has not noticed the lioness yet. Romit is wondering, can a topee outrun a lioness? Yes, it can if it gets enough of a head start. Lions have incredibly fast beginning burst. They run at about 21 meters per second, but not for very long. A topee, however, can keep up that speed for a long period of time. So the lioness needs to be within about 10 or 15 meters of the topee for it to be a successful hunt. So she's in that thicket there. There we go, you can just see her. She hasn't noticed the topee yet. And you can see how dangerous it is for the different antelope species here. Crocodiles, lions, all around in the same area. Oh! Mark says it's dangerous for the animals, but is it safe for my cameraman and myself in the vehicle? Yes, Mark, we are quite safe. There we go, he spotted it. Well done, Topee. The little Topee has spotted the lioness, and he is off. And no easy meal for the lions this morning. Well done, little Topee. And I said that young Topee's probably had a very hard morning, avoiding crocodiles and lions. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer and get a view of that lioness who was so focused on the Topee on the other bank that she forgot about the Topee behind her. Okay, let's have a look. I don't think we're going to get the best view. I just want to see if it looks like she's going to get up and on the move again. But she still hasn't even noticed that there was a topee behind her. Still facing the opposite direction. And now the topee has spotted her. The chances of her succeeding in catching it are very, very slim. But that was really exciting. And as you know, you never know when we're going to go live from the Maasai Mara. Jamie and I will be out all day looking for lions and cheetahs up to mischief. So remember to keep an eye out on that go live notification. But for Manu and myself, for now, we hopefully will see you in a little while with a bit more magic from the Mara.